Welcome back. Over the last few weeks, we've been taking a look at different types of difficult people that demand a Christ-like response in return. In this week's session, I want us to discuss the effects of outside pressure and culture on our lives. Many of us might underestimate the effect that pressure may have on us. We think that if we say we won't do it, or we don't want to do it, nothing can change our mind. But many times the pressure around us is enough to change our minds or to make us do something we didn't want to do. Because it's easier to bring someone down than it is to lift someone up. So in this week's session, we will learn how to stay faithful to God in the midst of our culture. If you ever go down to a fish market and look into the crab barrel, you're going to notice something. They never put a lid on it. And that's because if one crab starts to crawl out, the others will grab onto him and pull him back down. And that's what pressure can do. And that's what we must fight against. And in this week's session, we're going to see the incredible story of the pressure that Daniel's friends had to endure at the hands of their culture. You see, Daniel had a few friends that would become part of the royal service. Their names were Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Being under the leadership of Babylon and King Nebuchadnezzar, they had to follow the laws of their culture. King Nebuchadnezzar had made a gold statue, and in Daniel chapter 3, verse 4-6, he had a new command for his people. Daniel 3 says, "People of all races and nations and languages, listen to the king's command. When you hear the sound of the horn, flute, zither, lyre, harp, pipes, and other musical instruments, bow to the ground to worship King Nebuchadnezzar's gold statue. Anyone who refuses to obey will immediately be thrown into a blazing furnace." When these instruments would sound, the people would bow down. And so it put Daniel's friends in a tough situation when they were asked to do the same. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego refused to do this. And as we're going to see in this session, what happens next is amazing. I want you to think about three things during this story. Number one, culture and pressure should never dictate how we respond. You're going to notice that people are going to continue to pressure you to respond how they want you to. But it should never dictate how we respond. It should always be according to God's word. Number two, God expects our faithfulness and nothing else matters. You're going to notice that no matter what comes their way, whether it's life or death, these guys would not bow down. And number three, when you withstand the pressure, God is there. When we're faithful to God and when we withstand the pressure around us, God is there. If we fall into what everyone else is doing, God won't be there. But if we stand, He will honor us.